a veteran at the SABC, saying goodbye after 37 years. And what a way to go out. South Africa really just paying tribute to her. And she is saying there that she loves South Africa, paying salutations, saying thank you to the nation for giving her this opportunity to do the job that she views as a calling. And given her popularity, given this outpouring tonight, given the fact that the president changed his address from 7 o'clock tonight to 7:30 to allow South Africa to say goodbye to her, clearly she was in the right position. All right, Sandile Swana, very quickly, we're looking at expectations ahead of the president's address tonight. And you were saying that, of course, the gatherings count. Religious leaders, though, haven't they put forward some plan or at least said, you know, why don't we do the 50% capacity, because you have these huge churches and you have other areas where you can fill up half the seats, say. So you're saying that there's no viable solution that you heard from the religious leaders ahead of this?
Yes, but obviously the government also has had to be thinking about these things. I mean, the church probably is the biggest constituency of the African National Congress at the same time, and the nation as a whole. So every sector, including the churches, need to say, this is what we're proposing. For an instance, as you say, we have mega churches here in South Africa that, guys, let's use the bigger facilities, and this is how we're going to use them, and this is how it's going to be inspected and made sure that it's fully compliant. And if it is not compliant, who's going to be held accountable? Those types of things. And in some of the churches where I've been around in funerals, for instance, quite recently, you do find that is indeed the officiating and the management of those things. Some of them is very diligent, but whether they've presented the president with an easy plan that can be administered without too much burden on the state, I'm not sure at this point in time.
Give us a quick overall view. How does the president balance the health concerns? So we've got to look at it. We've got to look at both sides there. The infection rate is low. There's no pressure on hospitals. It was all about hospitals to start off with when we started the lockdowns. On the other hand, experts are warning about a third wave and about super spreader events. Then you've got to balance that with the economy, gutted by previous lockdown measures. Can it withstand any more restrictions? And thirdly, government has run out of money to provide support if tourism doesn't recover as it should, for example.
Yeah, I think that is straightforward. I think the point of departure that we are now in is that the economy is open now. However, every sector and subsector of the economy has got to adhere strictly to the health and safety measures relevant to that sector. So that is not the concern. The concern are what you have already pointed out, the super spreader events. And those super spreader events are this social gathering where people get carried away. When people are singing, people are doing all sorts of things. So that those are well known. So the fact that the rate of infection is low does not mean that you must do things to actually increase it so that it increases rapidly. Because once it increases rapidly, you don't know how to control it again. It becomes very difficult to control it again. So once it is low, keep it low. And another thing that we need to be careful about, because there are many debates, South Africans are very argumentative people. The problem happens that if you catch the virus and you are one of those who are inherently vulnerable and it kills you, then what? Because there are people who do die from it. So it helps to listen to the advice, the guidance of the government, the guidance of the health practitioners, and keep as safe as possible at all material times.
Yeah, and we know the president himself has lost people very close to him from COVID-19. Sandile Swana, thank you, giving us some analysis before President Cyril Ramaphosa addresses the nation tonight. As you saw on the screen, the time has arrived. It's 7:30, so we are expecting the president to address the nation any moment now. And again, just to put this into context, the infection rate is low, but experts, provinces have been raising the alarm about a possible third wave and about people possibly letting their guard down over the Easter weekend. Could that usher in a third wave? Should we risk that? There are, of course, regulations in place on level 1 around gatherings. So on the other side, the president has been lobbied by some church leaders who say, let's be more relaxed here. This is an important event, especially, for example, if it's outdoors. Let's look at ways to relax restrictions. We have these huge churches not even being filled up by 150 people. So let's look at that. All right, President Cyril Ramaphosa addressing us. Let's take you live to that address right now.